Which came first, the chicken or the egg? This is supposed to be an unanswerable question. Unanswerable because the person who asks the question assumes we don't know the story. Personally, I think the Lord first created the chicken, which then started laying eggs. I don't think Adam had to wait for an egg to hatch before he named the species we know of as chicken. Well, today I want to talk to you about an important idea called eternal generation. It'll help us to understand the relationship between the one and only Son and his eternal Father. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3 expresses the idea like this. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being. Oh, that's a loaded verse, huh? Eternal generation relates to John 3:16 also. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. So can you tell the story? Not the Christmas story. I mean the story before Jesus was born in Bethlehem. The Apostle John doesn't shy away from a reach into the eternal past. John says that God had a Son to give. Does John know how long the Father was a father? How long the Son was a son? Does John know when they became father and son? John chapter 1 indicates the Son existed before anything was created. That makes him the uncreated Son, the eternal Son. John says, we have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son who came from the Father. This is no ordinary father and son. Think about it. Every son comes from a father. Mommy and daddy chicken first, then egg, then son. It's an ordered story. But we're not talking about chickens. We're talking about God. Jesus existed before any created thing. That means he was uncreated and eternal. But he had a father. Or let me put it this way. He had a source. He says, I came from the Father and entered the world. He says, the Father is greater than I. And he says, very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees the Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. Listen to Jesus' words in John chapter 5, verse 26. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. The Father and Jesus have the same special kind of God life, but each one has this life in a different way. The Father has it in himself, according to Jesus. He's self-existent. The Son, on the other hand, is a son. He receives life from his Father. He is dependent, even though the life he has is the same essence as the life the Father has. When did the Father start granting this life to his Son? He never started. He always granted this life to his Son. When did the Son start receiving this life from the Father? He never started receiving it, and he will never stop receiving it. He is the one Son who never became a son at a point in time. The Father is the eternal Father. The Son is the eternal Son. Quote, Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Unquote.